Welcome to part 2 of What If Beta Lumity was in Doki Doki Takeover. This is not a what if, I don't know why I said that. It's been 7 months since I did part 1, so enough wasting time, let's get right on into it. We start off in the literature club. Lucia and Emilia has teleported in. They look around confused. That is until 3 girls walks up to them. Before any of them could say anything, another person runs up right behind Lucia and Emilia. It is Monica. Monica, we've been waiting for you. It's not like you to be this late to a club meeting. It also appears that you brought some new members with you. And they're both girls too. It's a good thing you didn't bring any boys here. Hello you two. It's been a while. Look, I'm sorry for what I did before. And I'm sorry for inadvertently putting you in another situation just like I did before. Just like that soon after. But now that I'm here, everything should be stable. I don't expect you to forgive me, but I'm just glad that you're safe now. Lucia looks at Emilia, and they share a knowing look. The other girls are looking at each other with confusion. What does Monica mean? But their train of thoughts are instantly cut when they see Lucia punching Monica in the face. Monica falls on the floor, holding her nose. When she pulls it back, she sees that she is bleeding. Monica! What the hell? Emilia just holds her hands out to block them. No, it's okay. I deserve this. What could possibly deserve you getting your nose broken? Honestly, just this would be getting off lightly. That doesn't answer the question, Monica. What could warrant this? Almost getting them killed? They all look at her with surprise as Monica looks away in shame. Lucia walks away as she grabs a chair. Emilia walks up to Monica and holds her hand out, trying to help Monica up. Monica accepts the hand and Emilia pulls her up. But just as quickly as she did, she knees Monica right in the gut and pushes her in the chair that Lucia had pulled out. The other girls tries to rush to her again, but again Emilia just puts her hand out to try to block them. Natsuki is looking angry at them, about ready to try to fight for Monica. But once again, they're interrupted when they hear Lucia tells Monica, "There, now you're part of the Boo Boo Buddy Club." They turn to see Lucia giving Monica a smug smile. Monica looks at her with surprise. Not only is this seeming like she's forgiving her, but she can also feel her nose being healed. Lucia must have used a healing glyph on the bandage that she put on her. Lucia walks away from Monica and towards Emilia. After Monica gets over her shock, she smiles at them. She gets off from the chair and properly introduces them. Okay everyone, I know we got off to a wrong start, but like I said, I totally deserve what they just put me through in. But hopefully we can look past that or restart an introduction, because I like to introduce the newest members of the literature club. This is Lucia Nocera, and this is her girlfriend, Emilia Blight. Are you sure about this, Monica? I am absolutely positive. Watch, I bet you by the end of the day, your opinions of them will change. And so with that, the club starts. The other girls are wary of Lucia and Emilia, but they try their best to go about it as a normal day. The first person that starts to get along with them is Natsuki, specifically with Lucia. Lucia sees the mangas that Natsuki's pulling out from the closet. She walks over to them, and Natsuki notices her, but to her surprise, Lucia is actually asking about the mangas that she has. Still wary, she tells her about the manga. When Lucia pulls one of the mangas out from there, Natsuki is about ready to try to fight, but when she looks at her, she's intrigued by it. Parfait Girl just looks like a normal Magical Girl manga. She compares Magical Girl to her favorite book, The Good Witch Azora, and so she asks Natsuki about it, which catches Natsuki by surprise. She tells her about the manga and Lucia is actually pretty interested in it. She asks if she can read it, to which greatly surprised Natsuki. She says sure, and so she sits down and reads it. Natsuki tries to read her manga, but she's looking at Lucia and is honestly surprised. She looks like she's enjoying the book itself, which causes Natsuki to smile. Maybe Monica's right. The next person to start getting along with them is Sayori. She sees Natsuki and Lucia talking, and Natsuki is actually looking a bit happy. She's talking to somebody about her genuine interest. Sayori walks up to them and just asks how are things going. Natsuki tells her that we're doing pretty fine. Lucia actually likes parfait girls. And Lucia says that, yeah, this manga is pretty good. Honestly reminds me of the Good Witch Azura book. The Good Witch Azura? I never heard of that book. I wouldn't really expect you to. Not only is the book from America, but it's not necessarily popular. I mean, if you like, I can actually give you the book right now. I have it in my bag. Oh, sure, I can take a look at it. To which Lucia opens her bag and pulls out the book. Natsuki asks about the bat that's sticking out of her bag, and she tells her that this bat is basically her main weapon. She tells him that she was from New York before she was here. To which Natsuki just nods, and Sayori says that she heard that New York was kind of a rough place. After reading the book a little bit, Sayori starts asking about the book, to which Lucia excitedly starts talking about it. And so, Sayori, Natsuki, and Lucia starting to get along. The last person to get along with them is Yuri. She looks at Natsuki and Sayori talking to Lucia. Yuri looks at them kind of concerningly. She's scared for them, but she keeps to herself. Amila walks up to her and tells her that she doesn't need to be scared, which, unsurprisingly, scares Yuri. Amelia pulls up a chair and sits across Yuri. She tells her that Lucia has a way with people. She can sneak their way into their hearts, even if she makes a bad first impression. Yuri notices that when Amelia says this, not only is she looking at Lucia, but she's looking at her with such fondness and love in her eyes. Honestly, sometimes it baffles me how we ended up dating. We hated each other when we first met. But, like I said, she has a way of sneaking into people's hearts, and she certainly snuck her way into mine. Lucia says this with a softness in her voice, which calms down Yuri. Yuri looks over to the group talking and says that she kinda knows how that feels, having somebody who may have had a bad first impression sneak their way into her heart. She doesn't look at anyone in particular, but she knows that feeling. Amelia grabs Yuri's wrist and brings her over to the group. Yuri kinda protests, but Amelia just says that they shouldn't miss this, to which Yuri just reluctantly lets herself get dragged. When Monica notices that the group had gathered together, she looks at them with a smile and walks over to them and starts talking with the group. As the day ends, everyone says their goodbyes as they walk home. Lucia, Amelia, and Monica are just left at the school. Lucia and Amelia looks at Monica and asks, well, where are they gonna go? Monica doesn't know because she doesn't have a home. Lucia looks at her with confusion and doubt, but Monica assures her that she doesn't have a home. She was never programmed or written with one, so we can only go so far as what the game originally gave us. But Lucia and Amelia looked at each other. When they turn back to Monica, they says, I don't think that's the case. When you weren't here, Sayori brought the group to an arcade buffet thing. Hearing this surprises Monica. She didn't see anything like that when she was tampering with the files. Lucia says that why don't we check the school's files? Maybe they have something there that you just don't remember. To which surprises Monica. She immediately shuts this down, saying that it's illegal, which causes Amelia to chuckle. Don't worry. She's been taught by the professional, which greatly concerns Monica. When they're in the principal's office, Lucia and Amelia are looking through all the files trying to look for Monica's. Monica's looking around concerned that they might get caught. After a little bit of searching, they find Monica's files, and they say they actually have a house not too far from where Sayori is. So they write down the address, put away the files, and heads over to there. When they reach the house, they find that it is a nice, small house. Not having a key on her, Monica tries to look around, but Lucia just ends up picking the lock. When Lucia is doing this, Amelia just asks why didn't she pick the school's lock when they needed to go somewhere. To which Lucia just shrugs it off, which causes Amelia to roll her eyes. As Lucia unlocks the door, they step in and is surprised by how nice the house is. It's a little lavish, but it's still not lavish enough to be considered a rich house. They look around trying to find anyone, Monica even calling out for her parents, to which nobody's answer. They look around again until Lucia finds a stack of letters. She calls them over to the letter. When they see who sent the letter, they see that it is from Monica's parents. From reading all the letters, they can see that Monica's parents are across seas. They let her stay in the house by herself because this is where her only friends were. They knew she had trouble making friends, so they would have gladly left Monica this house so long as Monica wanted it and she can be happy. Lucia and Monica are surprised by this, especially Monica. A backstory would make sense for Monica, but considering that she wasn't one of the main candidates for the player, having an in-depth backstory like this just would be a waste. Amelia walks around and finds pictures and portraits of what looks to be a young Monica up until the current Monica with 2 other people, presumably her parents. Monica looks at it with surprise. She needs a moment to think this over, to which they let her. Monica just goes straight to her room. She tells them to help themselves. So when Monica goes to her room, she's surprised by how simple it is. It's not like how it would look for just a simple guest bedroom or anything. It's just a simple room that does have her personal stuff in it. But despite that, she still has some things that she can obviously tell was gifted to her from the girls. Like a small plush cow, most likely given to her by Sayori, a collection of mangas given to her by Natsuki, and some calligraphy stuff given to her by Yuri. She lays down on her bed and thinks. And that is where we're going to end it off. There is also a lot more substance to this part when it comes to the story than just going through the mod than I thought. In my notes, we actually start going through the festival, but I guess I have to be safe for next part. That's my notes. Anyway, yeah. And that's what we got. I hope you enjoyed the little bit that I did at the beginning, which kind of matches part 3 or the bad ending. So yeah, I'm gonna start working on the full story for the bad ending thing. So yeah, Fireblade here, and I will see you later, or whatever I make. Bye!